I have wanted to live until I was 100 since I was in my 20s. Why on earth would a 20-year-old think about living until they were 100? Let me give you three good reasons. Number one, I wanted to be able to have the time to develop my creative talents. As limited as they were at the time, I wasn't an artist, I wasn't a musician, but I figured that if I had enough time, I could develop any one of those talents and turn them into a worthwhile hobby. Number two, I wanted to be able to have grandchildren. I wanted to have grandchildren so bad. It's been a passion of mine since before I was even married. Number three, the future. The future is so bright. I'm so excited about what's coming forward in the future that I wanted to be able to experience that entire length of time. Specifically, what is it that I developed as far as my passions? Well, I didn't really have, like I said, any particular artistic or musical talent. A few months ago, I decided to see about learning how to paint. So I took a class, and in the course of a few sessions, I learned the basics of acrylic painting on canvas. Let me share with you some of the things that I've created. This is the first really good scene that I painted. It was a landscape, ocean, sunset that I really enjoyed painting. Next was this one, which a lot of people like. I like it because it reminds me of birds flying through a storm. Recently, I painted this one, which is my service dog, Logan, pressing a button at a hospital to open up the doors that are behind him or to his left. So I'm working on it. I've still got a good 40 years left, like I said, to have that opportunity to build on those passions. Number two, being a grandparent. I got married when I was in my 30s, when I was 30, and I had kids. Now those kids are adults. They each have steadies. I'm hoping that they get married soon so that I can have grandchildren. When I was a boy, I was fortunate to have both sets of grandparents until I was in my 20s. It was a pleasure being able to talk with them and learn and have their wisdom pass on to me through conversations, through stories, through silly stories, sometimes jokes and humor. I want to be able to be that grandparent to my grandchildren. Number three, the future. I have always been a science fiction fan, and during my life, I've seen a lot of science fiction become reality. We used to have cartoons in the early 60s that are now commonplace. And it's really exciting. I want to be able to see what's going to be happening right around the corner. I was at the hospital with my service dog, visiting patients. I met a woman named Myrna Maxwell. She was 99 years old. Myrna told me that she was sad that she was so old, and that even though she had lived during the most momentous century in the history of humankind, she was going to miss out on the near future. The next 25 years, she said, was going to be so exciting. I've had that feeling my entire life. I want to be able to experience everything that's going to be coming in the near future. In summary, I'm glad that I have this opportunity to share with you some of the ideas that I've had. And I'm looking forward to spending the time that I have left until I'm 100 in good health by exercising and eating right so that I can enjoy the passions and developing those that I have so that I can share the time that I've got left with my grandchildren and so that I can see what is coming up in the future.